Aloha kako. My name is John Johnson, and I'll be your instructor for ICS 101. I want to start off here with an introduction to Lamaku to show you a little bit about the system for those that aren't familiar with it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and load up my screen here. So I'll share that screen. So this is Lamaku. When you get into Lamaku, you'll see immediately that you're looking into the tiles for the current semester, and it'll have like calendar of things that are upcoming and what to do. So what I want you to do is click on our course, which of course yours is going to look different, but you should have a tile for each course that you're taking currently. So we're going to click into our course here, the ICS 101. And once we're in here, you'll notice that we have announcements over here. This is where I want you looking every week to see what kind of announcements I've posted up. I'll be posting, usually I post on Sunday nights. I'll also post perhaps during the week if something comes up. You have a calendar here. The calendar isn't going to give you much information except for the participation verification. We're going by a calendar for events that are being held in our courseware, in the Pearson courseware that we're using for this course. So don't expect this to be current. What I'm going to ask you to do is spend most of your time, if you go into content here, inside of content, you'll see that we have a course overview. So your course overview is going to have everything that you need, almost everything that you need for this class. So when we go in here, you're going to see that we have our course site, which just goes to the main page here. You have my information, you have my office number. Office hours are through Zoom and Google Meet. That way I can meet with you more on your schedule. So I don't keep set office hours here. If you want to meet with me, send me an email. I can arrange a Zoom meeting with you. My contact information is jsj3@hawaii.edu, and my phone number, which I rarely ever am around or check, is this right here, 808-734-9019. And in general, syllabus won't change that much. If it does, I will be letting you know with plenty of notice. We have our course learning objectives, our outcomes that you can go through here, and our course format. So there's things that you need to know inside of here that has to do with our passwords for like the extra credit quizzes, the tests, the pre-test and the post-test and things like that. So all that information is located here in your syllabus. Do read your syllabus. It's got all kinds of information that you'll need. The most important of which is down below. You'll see that we have a grading scheme. I have 85 points worth of extra credit in this class. That's almost an entire letter grade. So if you were to get a B and you did extra credit, you could possibly push yourself into an A. So that's good news right there. So the scale is what you would expect. 0 to 599 is an F. 600 to 699 is a D, 700 to 799 is a C, 800 to 899 is a B, then 900 all the way up to that 1085 is an A. So the grade composition we have inside of Pearson, we have a number of grader projects. We have 15 of them all together. That's 45% of your grade. There's a lot of work involved there, and that's 450 points. You also have 10 total quizzes from Tech in Action and Windows quizzes, and that's going to be 30% of your grade. So that's 300. So that right there is 75% of your grade. So you can get all the way up to a C if you ace those right there. Then we've got the 85 points of extra credit. We have a final exam, which is worth 25% of your grade. That's 250 points. And that comes out to a total of 1,000 points and then 85 bonus points to push you up into the A category. So, so going in here, this is our schedule. It is a very, very, very tight schedule. This right here in 6 weeks, you're going to be covering what we normally cover in 16, 17 weeks of our fall and spring semesters. So you are going to be very busy. We're covering a lot of stuff here. We're going to be learning all kinds of stuff. We're going to be learning about Windows features, Microsoft 365 common features. We're going to be doing Tech in Action, which is going to give you topics in IT. You're going to be learning Word, you're going to learn Excel, you're going to learn Access, you're going to learn PowerPoint. So all these things we're going to spend a good bit of time on. So I want you to dig into these. Do not put any of your homework off. Do not get behind. You will not catch up. I've had a lot of people asking to be let into this class that have not done so well in the past, and they took it during the regular semester. The pace of this class is going to be about 2.5 times faster than the pace of the regular semester. This is going to be a very busy class. There's a lot of material here. It's not hard material. It's just a lot. And we've got it in this compressed summer two format. So you're going to need to really keep on top of your work here. I have due dates for everything. Generally, your work, I've got it laid out here, what you need to do during the like week one. You'll see that we have operating systems quiz, we have grader projects, we have multiple grader projects, extra credit in here. We've got 2 extra credit parts here. We're also getting into Tech in Action, chapter 1, and we're getting into Word, the first chapter. So all the homework that's here, all this is all homework that's listed, and that's all due on July 13th. You'll notice that every Sunday at right before midnight is when it's due. So do keep up with this. Do not fall behind. It will snowball really quickly. That's all that we really need to know about this. Keep an eye on this because you can look at it here to figure out what the pace is. Just know that the passwords that you're going to need occasionally, they're going to be inside here. They're all highlighted in yellow. Other things that you want to note is that for the final exam, we are using the Pearson Lockdown browser. So you have to be able to install that on your system in order to take the final exam. And again, that's 25% of your grade. So the courseware that we're going to be using here, you can find that over here in Vital Source. So if you click into Content, and then from Content, you go to Vital Source, you'll find this link over here. Your initial sign up is going to be a little bit different from what you see in mine, but after you've signed up and accepted, when you click on this, you'll go to a separate page. It'll pop up another tab, and then it will give you this page right here. You'll go to Launch Courseware, and then it'll bring up another tab. It is like this. You're going to have to go tab to tab to tab, and it will time out after a while too. So now I'm getting, there's a reason for this. It's saying course information doesn't match. And the reason for that is I'm showing you the view as a student. Let me go ahead and change that to not viewing as a student. And then when I go back in here, I have more things in my, up here than you do, of course, because I'm administering the course. But we'll go back into content again. We'll go to Vital Source. We'll click on Vital Source, and it'll bring up that separate tab. Once you've got the separate tab, you get the tile here for our class. You click on Launch Courseware. That brings you into the Pearson world here. So it goes to their site, redirects you several times. Then you click on Open My Lab and Mastering. So when you click on this, it'll then bring you to the main page that we're going to be working off of. And I have a lot more things here than you will, but you'll need to go into assignments. And then in assignments, you'll see everything laid out here. So week one is quite large. So when we were looking previously over here at the course overview, you'll notice that we had a number of things for week one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things here. So if we've got 8 things here, and then we look over at our assignments, you'll notice that week one is quite long. The reason for that is a lot of this week one stuff is practice quizzes, things that you can do to get ready for the quiz that will be graded. So there's some in here that are not required. So the things that are listed over in here, these right here, like extra credit, technology in action, the grader project, all of those are marked with the words required. So when you're looking through here, you'll see extra credit in all caps. All caps is your key. So this is one that you can do for an additional 5 points. This one is not required, but it's informational. So you'll want to go through all these things. The main ones you'll find are like e-text. E-text is your readings, and that's going to give you the information that you need. But look for the things that say required, and you can also find them because it's going to have like time limits listed and things like that in the attempts. So these are the ones that you usually, required. You're going to see you've got so many of these and extra credit. So anyway, the things that have nothing in here, those are usually just the simulation training. They're the things that are helping you practice for the actual things that are graded. And you'll always want to make sure you go through the e-text. So I'll show you an example of e-text right now. So if you click into here, you'll get the homework page coming up. and you'll have a number of resources here. So you have the e-text, which you want to read, and then you have some other activities in here as well. So feel free to click on these. I'm afraid that if I click on those here, it's not going to show up because I'm sharing this screen, and I think these come up in an external viewer. So if I was to click on this, it would actually come to here. And then once we're here, we'd click on this link, and this would spawn an external viewer, which you can't see right now because I'm highlighting this screen in the screen share. So yeah, so just keep that in mind. Do your readings for here. The readings are going to give you all the information that you need for your quizzes and things like that. So again, we're going to go back out. We can close this tab out. Then we go back over here. Just make sure that you do all the extra credit and required things that you have that correspond to our list over here. So that will be your assignment. So week one, you'll see there's a lot of stuff on here. Some of this you're going to find that you don't have to worry about it as much. If you're doing fine on your grader projects and everything, you don't have to do the extra credit. That's all, for your personal benefit. But the other things in here, like the end of chapter quizzes and everything, they get you ready for the actual quiz that's going to, give you extra credit. You've got other practice things in here. So it looks like a lot, and there is a lot, but there's a purpose to a lot of these things. They're getting you ready for the projects before you're actually graded on it. And then for a lot of your grader projects, like down here, you have a grader project. You also have like sample solution for the word grader project. So open things like this up. Once you open it up, you'll again go to another tab. Everything seems to go to another tab, but you'll go into your sample solution and you can look at things like this. And when you click on that, yeah, you've been brought somewhere else. So then it will pull up an example of the sample solution. So it gives you resources like this that you can compare the work that you're doing with, what it should look like when you're finished. So anyway, that is a tour of the software. So if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to reach out and let me know. Again, I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything to cover, but if you have any trouble getting access to the Pearson courseware, let me know. Just send me an email, jsj3@hawaii.edu, and I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and remember to do the participation verification by July 11th as well. Also, one quick note I wanted to show you. Let me reshare my screen again because it will be necessary to point that out in here. I believe that our week one extra credit, the concepts assessment, this one has a quicker deadline than the other things. You don't have to do this because it's extra credit, but if you want that extra credit, it is due on July 8th. That's Tuesday. Oh, wait, it says Sunday here. This is incorrect. It's due on July 8th, and that is Tuesday. So let me go in here and change that real quick. But do keep in mind that this is due on Tuesday, July 8th, and that's that. So yeah, so get that done on the 11th. Have your participation verification done, and then there's the list of everything that you'll need to have done by that Sunday. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always on email, and I'm always happy to set up a Zoom meet with you. So take care and have a great week.